Hello friends, Tony here, so welcome back. In this video, we are going to have a look at the object type on TypeScript. We will first declare an object in TypeScript and see how TypeScript infers it. So let me quickly create a user object here. I'm going to say let a user to be equal with an empty object. Okay, so we have our user object here, and I will add two properties to the user object. So let's say, for example, I'm going to say name to be John and not age. I'm going to say email. Also, we can say age. So the email is going to say testexample.com and age, I'm going to say 30. Okay, let's save. Now let's see what TypeScript infers from this. So if I say here let user, and as you can see, a user now is a type object and has a name property which is a string, an email which is a string, and the age which is a number. Okay, so TypeScript accurately infers that the user variable will be of type object and it will have three properties, that is a name which is a type of string, the email which is a type of string, and the age which is a type of number. Now if I hover over the individual properties of the object, TypeScript is able to infer them correctly as well based on the values that have been defined to them. So as you can see, name is a string, email is a string, and the age is a number. Okay, but what if I need to create a definitely type object and cannot rely on TypeScript inference? So this is how we can do it. We use the same syntax as we did for other variables of type declaration. So we can say here, let, for example, I'm going to create admin, colon, and here we add object, an empty object, and I'm going to say to be equal with an empty object. So we use a colon followed by the object literal syntax immediately after the variable name. Now this does not tell much the TypeScript about the properties of the admin, and it's not very helpful. So it just tells TypeScript that the admin will be a type of object. Okay, so we can go ahead and assign some properties to this object and tell TypeScript the type of properties that will be there within this object. So let's add the name, email, and age, and also is admin to this one. So I'm going to say here name, email, and age, and also I'm going to say is admin to be boolean. And as you can see, the TypeScript added an underline error. So if I hover it, type object is missing the following properties from type, and we have the object which we added to this admin. So name string, email string, age number, and is admin boolean. Okay, so this object which we have assigned to the admin doesn't have the name, email, age, and is admin. So let's add also here. So I'm going to say name to be John, and let's leave it like this. So name John, email test example, age 13, and is admin to true. And right now we don't have the underline error from the TypeScript. Okay, so while we defining the properties of an object and their types, you will see over here that the property name is followed by the value and then a semicolon. Okay, but while declaring objects in JavaScript, we use commas after each property, as you can see also in here. So this is a difference that you would need to keep in mind while declaring properties of objects. Okay, so let's create another example. Now I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to say let create a post, and this post is going to be a type of object. Okay, so you'll see that I have just created a variable post over here and define its type as an object. Now I'm going to add some properties to this particular object. So as you can see, post is a type object, And let's add, for example, title, and let's scroll down. Yeah, I have immediately populate, but I'm going to just leave right now with a title, body, author, likes, which is a number, and is published, which is a boolean. Okay, now you see that we have declared the structure of our post object, and now whenever we will create a new post, TypeScript will prompt us to include all of the mandatory properties of the post object. So let's try and create a post here. If I say post to be equal with, but right now I have suggestion, I'm not going to do that. As we can see, we have an error here, so type object is missing the following properties from type title string, body string, author string, likes number, and is published to be boolean. So I'm going to say title, post title, body, post body, author, post author, likes 5, and is published to true. Now we don't have any error. There can be instances when you need a property in your project which is not mandatory or is optional. So our post here can have an image property which is a URL to an image and is optional. So let me show you how you can do that. Let me first create an image property within our post and define its type as a string. So I'm going to come here and say image or image URL. I'm going to say like this, which is going to be of type string. Okay, as you can see right now, the TypeScript is going to show an error because property image URL is missing in type title string, body string, author string, likes number is published to true, but required in type title string, body string, author string, likes number is published, and image URL. And as I told you, this I want to be optional. Now, in order to make any property optional, all you need to do is to add a question mark at the end of the property name. And let's do that in our image URL. So at the end of this property name, I'm going to add question mark. And as you can see, we don't have any underline error. And if we want, we can add the image URL to be, for example, this URL. And also right now we don't have any underline error. Okay, friends, that's it all about the object type in TypeScript, what I wanted to show you. And let's go on types here and create a new file. And I'm going to name it object.typescript. Hit enter. Navigate the main TS, select all, cut here, save, and go to object and paste it here. I'm going to save it and close this one. Good. Now I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, share with your friends, and see you in the next one. All the best. Thank you very much.